Hey you, come closer. Come on, man, I'm not gonna hurt you. Come here. I just want to know why it's taking you so long to like and subscribe to the video. What is up, YouTube? It is Hollywood Floss, the worst producer of all time. We're back with another video. But before we get into the video, I want you to comment below. What is your favorite era and genre of music? Do you like the 90s grunge rock? Do you like the 80s synth pop? Do you like the 90s or the 2000s? Blank, blank, blank. What is your favorite genre of music? All right, comment in the comments below. Oh yeah, and today we're talking about trap soul. Let's get it. Like I said, we're going to be doing Trap Soul today. And the reason we're doing Trap Soul today, I got a couple of comments. You know, when people say, man, I got a lot of people hitting me up, you know they only mean one or two people. But I really got two people hitting me up, say, hey, can the next video be about VSTs or sounds to use for Trap Soul? All right, so here we are today. We'll talk about Trap Soul. So I'll go into some sound banks and some VSTs that I would use to create that sound. Now, when we talk about the whole trap soul sound, or at least myself, I associate that with that kind of Bryson Tiller exchange for me slash Drake slash kind of that Toronto sound. Like it's just a great feeling sound. It reminds me of winter, reminds me of R&B. So that's what I think of. The BPM is usually 120, so anywhere from 115 to 125 should get you that sound that you're going for with trap soul. So we're just gonna put it on 120 today. The first thing that you need is a key sound that's different. You don't need that classic grand piano sound. You kind of want something that's just filtered or has something unique about the quality of the sound. The second thing you need to do is either have another a pad, a dark pad kind of sound to layer with the piano, and it just fills up the track. It makes it thick. The next thing you need is to have that synth bass or that sine bass that's hitting those low notes, but it kind of shows movement. All right, so I'm going to go through that as well. The next thing you need is that vocal chop. You need to have a vocal chop to go along with that sound. That's the best part of it, when you put that little vocal and you filter it out and it's just in the background. So we'll talk about some sounds to help you achieve that. And you also need hard but clean drums. It's not the boom bap dusty drums. They're hard, but they're very clean. Think Drake, think Bryson Tiller, think Trey Songz. Those just a boom, and then snares real crisp. So we'll do some of those. So that's the kind of, I mean, of course you can do more than that to the sound. There's no right or wrong, but that's just what I think of when I think about the trap soul sound. With that being said, let's dive into it. So the first thing the first, I guess, sound, and I picked out some good sounds from this one. Let's start with the bass. I picked out OVO. There's an OVO bass on this one. Let me pull it up. So this sound bank is by StudioLinked VST. It's called OVO R&B 2, and it really captures some sounds. Now this bank is overall is about a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, but it has some great sounds for trap soul. All right, so let's pull up the first one, Analog OVO. Usually when you want to move in bass, like on a bass guitar, you have to actually move. You go from one octave to the next. You're moving with the groove of the drums. But when you get a synth or a sine bass, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, it kind of moves on its own as long as you hold it down. It's like it kind of moves on its own. It's like, and it's the Weeknd, Drake, they all, the Toronto artists really have this down. So Analog OVO, great bass on this one. Like I was blown away when it comes to this sound bank on StudioLinked VST. Now I can do a whole review on each sound that it has, but I just picked out the best ones that's best for trap soul. Also, you have beginning bass. Let me find that one. Beginning bass, I believe. Is it in here? guess that's the only one. Oh, that you can really use it. Then let me go into the lead. Oh, there it goes. Beginning bass. My fault. Beginning bass. Now this one was a good one too. This one has a little bit more high end into it. Like it gives you that trap soul type of feeling, right? So that's a good one as well. So those were the two I picked out from that. The next one, let's go to the leads. Bad guy lead. All right, bad guy lead. Now you gotta have once you get your keys, your pad, your vocal chop, your bass, your hard drums, you can have that lead going through. It's not necessarily, but you know, I just picked this out for you guys to just show you what the bank had to offer. And usually the lead is going to have some movement as well. Also, wacko lead. I picked that one out, wacko lead. So let's pick that one. I'll showcase a little bit of that one. Now this one's more smooth and can be used as a background layer. Not too hard, not too harsh. Just something that you can kind of sneak in on there, okay? Also, like we talked about, you definitely need pads, and the pads can be just as different as the keys. You want that kind of odd feel. Now, we can talk about Omnisphere, but I'm trying to get ones that normally you wouldn't buy off the bat. Like, no, Omnisphere is the king of all kings right now in this era. Everyone talks about it, so I'm trying to get the ones that you wouldn't, that are not as talked about. And this one, this bank is from 5 years ago when that trap soul sound was even heavily influenced anyway. So the first pad is called A Life on the OVO2 StudioLinked, and this is a great pad. Like you just want to get just a full kind of pad to layer with the keys. And another sound, the last sound on this bank that we'll talk about is Chill Out. See how it's not just, it's a pad, but it's not just regular. It's like a little tension in there. It's not just regular, all right? There's a little bit of tension in there. That is perfect for the trap soul sound, all right? And next up, we'll go to XL. We talked about the vocals. You want that vocal chop to accent when you get everything set up. XL is the king to me besides Arcade, but they're both made by Output. So I mean, I didn't want to put Arcade because, like I said, everyone talks about Arcade. XL get pushed to the back, but when it comes to the trap soul sound, this was the king. This was the king right here. And XL is cool because it has all types of sounds. You don't want just the, everyone does the soul runs of the vocal chops. You can get some other vocal chops that they have in here. Like this one would be perfect, and you just want to put little runs together. I haven't even went through all of them, but definitely go through, find that sound for your vocal chop. That'll be good for a vocal chop as well. XL is the second one I want to talk about. The third and final one, of course, TrapSoul, the VST made after the subgenre of the hip hop R&B world. TrapSoul is $5 right now with infinite VST. You can go on, they have everything on sale right now, so you can pick that up right now. And the first one I want to talk about is the bass lover. Now we talked about you need that synth bass, the one that kind of moves without you having to do too much movement like you're a real bass guitar player. Another one, it named it after Bryson Tiller, obviously. Now this one's a little bit more thinner, a little bit more airy. But look, I can hold it and it just gives you like a mood. It gives you like that wintertime feel, all right? I just got goosebumps. A bell can be used as accents, but I just like this bell because it sounded different, but you know, that's not the main ingredient of the trap soul But see how I can make it like a pad and it sounds different, and you layer it with the key. Obviously you'll get a great sound out of that. You want a good choir. Okay, well, this one has 2 good choirs, AHS and soloist. You could check those out when you buy the VST. Guitar is not needed, but I just found that this one called Makeup was pretty cool. It sounded like a fake guitar, so when you go to the deeper notes, you can kind of layer it with the key. I thought you can get a good sound out of that. All right. Now the keys were amazing. The keys and the pads on this thing, and of course the vocals, but the keys were amazing. I found one that called the Rev 6 key. I thought was an excellent job. See how it just sounds different? Doesn't sound like a regular piano. You can get a really good sound out of that, and I think you guys will enjoy that for your trap soul and your R&B. Excellent out the box keys and pads, as I stated before. And let me go to one more pad, Stars, out the box. It's move anytime it moves on its own and does anything like that. It's just unique. I think that's a great pad. All right. Other contact banks that I can think of off top would be OVO #1 by StudioLinked, and also by Pro Sounds, a bank called Roses. That would be good for R&B as well, and the whole trap soul sound. But yeah, use this what you can. Remember, it's all about what you put into it. Any VST can capture that sound as long as you take your time and with the right sound selection. But to recap, you need that key that's kind of that key or that piano that's kind of different, which Omnisphere comes with plenty of those. But like I said, we want to shy away from Omnisphere and talk about something that we don't talk about as much. That pad to layer the key. You also want that synth bass or that moving bass that allows you to capture that feel. Clean, hard drums, and of course the vocal chops. We talked about XL, and TrapSoul has plenty of vocal chops as well to get it done. So it's Hollywood Floss, the worst producer of all time. Hopefully you'll like and subscribe. As I told you to do at the beginning of the video, leave a comment and I'm going to answer back about your favorite genre and era of music. To answer mine would be, I got an affinity for that 90s hip hop, man. From 90 to 99, like that was just up and down classics, from Outkast, Jay-Z, Nas, even the silly hip hop. I wouldn't say silly, but just the ridiculousness of dropping an album every week with Master P. Even though there were some gems in there, you still had the likes of Mercedes and Silk the Shocker. So the whole 90s of hip hop, the bling bling, the rough and rugged, the golden age, that's probably my favorite of all time. And second would be 70s soul. I love sampling, so 70s soul, they just probably the best musicians of all time. Either that or the best drugs of all time helped them create the best music of all time, in my opinion. From Marvin Gaye to the bands, everything. All right, so remember, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Hollywood Floss. I'll be back with more content. Let me know what you want to see, but let me know in the comments right now. Peace.